You are your own thief. And the reason being is because you worry. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you know by now that May's emotion that we're talking about and we're becoming really well acquainted with is joy. And joy, by the way, is the most uncomfortable, least experienced emotion we allow ourselves to have as humans, which is sad because it's fantastic and it's really scary. It takes 100% surrendering to the unknown, a wild presence, and an acceptance to knowing that that feeling of ecstasy, euphoric happiness, and bliss is going to eventually leave. And so we prevent ourselves from even having to go through that cycle, which is silly. But anyways, the reason I'm bringing that up is because, and why you're your own thief, is because you are worrying. Worry and anxiety are self-induced. And I feel as though we've forgotten or we're not applying the understanding that where worry and anxiety are self-induced, because they are self-induced, they can be self-eliminated. When you're choosing to worry, you are making the choice to strip or steal today's peace and to disconnect or be unable to connect with those around you. And when we worry, it's because we don't have a sense of security. So my goal for you today is to get clear on your values. They're likely where and what you're worrying about. And if you're worrying about things that are outside your values, why are you choosing to think that thought? So that's the first thing. What are you looking to get out of even choosing that to think about? But more importantly, the approach I did, because I am a very analytical type A recovering perfectionist who struggles with anxiety and depression, I get in action. So the things I worry about or that keep me up at night are usually involving money or my health and well-being and my relationships. So creating actions that bring a sense of security and understanding is how you eliminate your worry. For me, that looked like calling my financial advisor, making sure my profile was up to date, getting clear on like, how does this impact my funds? What investment should I move? Do I need to move? What does this mean for me? Is there anything I can be doing right now that will help me have less effect come, the next 10 to 15 years? I called my banks and made sure that everything is on auto pay, which I know if you're a coach in the finance world, you're like, no, that's the most irresponsible thing. But for me and what I need right now is I need to make sure that bills are being paid regardless, even if it's extra, just handle it. In terms of health and well-being, I made sure that I had this month's meal preps, understood how many meals do I have being delivered to my house, how many meals do I need on the side, what do I need to go buy from the store. And in addition to the May meals, I want 1 month of food in my house to live off of if the world ends and store shut down. So I made sure that I went to the store, I handled it, I have it all planned out, bada bing, bada boom. And then the last thing is community. Understanding that where, yes, I am an introvert and connecting and communicating is sometimes exhausting, I also need it to remind myself that I'm not alone. And so I have a reoccurring Zoom appointment with 6 mastermind ladies, which I love dearly. And it's simply to talk about the best parts of our day. And in addition to that, I try to see, talk, or hear from one of my sisters, I have 4 of them, at least once a week. So even just taking the actions to put them physically in my calendar so they can be part of my weeks helps me then nurture that community connection standpoint. So what are you choosing to worry about? What actions need to be taken? There is a big bunny in my front yard. Sorry for the distraction. And what adaptations and actions do you need to take into the next week that will allow you a sense of security? And just remember, it is possible to choose peace over worry. So do it.